some of the, um, what I want to go over today is all the apps and websites that my team and I utilize. What I've realized is you really need to be efficient and leverage your time in order to do a lot of transactions, because once you get to a point where you have too much on your plate, you're gonna drop the ball, right? And you need systems in place. Like, I hate paperwork, I hate, you know, things that I hate, I delegate, and then I make sure that there's systems in place so that we're not dropping the ball. So obviously there's a lot of different apps, that's out there for realtors. But our office and EXP actually has so many free tools that I think a lot of agents are just not aware of. Let me get this out of the way. Oh, what is that beeping sound?
Ignore it. It's like the speaker thing. I don't know. I mean, the sound we had to work to get it to work. So
Okay.
just try to ignore that.
So before we even get into Matrix, last week I talked about my EXP, right? So you guys should be logging, actually, it's gonna show my numbers, and you guys to see my numbers. My EXP is a tool, and EXP Enterprise Okta, you guys have access to all the apps on there that has marketing tools, buyer, like toolkit for buyers for presentations, seller toolkit as well for seller presentations. There's just so much tools out there, but I think a lot of agents aren't aware because I started paying for Slack and I paid for Slack Pro and Canva, right? But I'm pretty sure all of you guys, or a lot of you guys, are aware that EXP actually offers Canva Pro and Slack Pro to EXP agents. So I want to show you guys an example of how my team uses Slack, and then where's my Slack? Hmm. Have you guys heard of Slack? Mm-mm. This is
Of
where
course, I love
everyone
it better than
communicates.
Workplace.
I'm sorry?
I said, of course, I love it better than Workplace. I mean, but that's just me.
Yeah, I think Vincent started using it after as well, but Slack Pro is actually a tool that all of our agents actually have access to. So even if you are a single agent, right? Or Maria, let's say you don't have like an official team, but you have sponsors below you and you want to communicate about listings or things like that, you can actually create a Slack like team channel where everything is communicated on, right? So you'll see like all of our coming soons that are about to hit the market. You'll see all of our active listings that are on the market. Like before I came over here, I just had a final walkthrough, right? And all of this is updated on here so that my admin, my team, all of them, they are aware of what's going on. We put all of our information on here. So whenever there's a price reduction, whenever there's an assessment, when there's financials for a specific building, you know, we'll throw it on here. If I have the application for a co-op, I'll throw it on here and then my admin pins it. When you pin it, then obviously it's saved and the agents know that they can go into the Slack channel, find all the useful documents and tools pertaining to that particular listing. Okay, so all communications, including, you know, including like open house feedbacks, whenever there's a final walkthrough, whenever there's an issue, when keys are released, everything is documented on there so that we have some type of record of where, what things are, what's going on. So Slack Pro is something that DXP offers all agents for free. Okay, so I realized this recently and I said to my assistant, hey, I'm still paying for Slack. You know, can you make sure that we're not paying anymore because EXP gives it to us for free.
What do you have to do to sign up?
Go into your EXP enterprise, Okta, utilize all the, you know, all of the apps and all of the things that are available to you guys is through your login and password through the EXP app or through their enterprise. I know it's the speaker that's beeping. But this is one of the tools that I use to leverage my time, because imagine if I didn't have this, like agents constantly asking me, hey, send me the financials, send me the sales application, send me this, what's the sublet policy for this? I could actually just go in here, open it up, and I could still either download it or I could share it and text it over to somebody. Okay, so this is a free tool that EXP has that I think you guys should use. I want you guys to check out Canva. Canva is another free app that is amazing, okay? Even if you were to, and I tried out like some of the stuff where I'm like, hey, I'm about to, and they have AI incorporated into Canva, where you can give it direction, right? I could say, I'm about to head over to a listing appointment here, and then I upload the property information. I could upload like, you know, details. I'm like, put this into a nice presentation so that, you know, I can show the sellers what we offer and it'll create like a presentation for you. So with AI incorporated into it, there's so much stuff you could actually do with Canva. You guys, I know you're hearing all this. I need you guys to actually use it, okay? So that's that.
I'm a big fan. I want to jump in and just say I'm a big fan of Slack. I've been using Slack for like 5, 6 years, and I literally just dinged my assistant to do the same thing. I
Yeah.
think yesterday it rolled out for like all of us, and I'm super excited about it. I
Yeah.
sent Vincent invitation. He's on my team Slack channel already.
Yeah.
But it's amazing for communicating, assigning clients. What we've been doing recently is people that we have in the street training, we are having them upload their videos real time when they're in the streets to a Slack designated channel for that. And then, what tell you the truth, I created an automation. I had paid an automation so the videos now go directly to a Google Drive and then also to YouTube.
Yeah.
And so now we have like 3,000 videos on YouTube of actual, you know, apartments that are being shot real time. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of tools that can integrate with Slack, and just using it as a foundation for communication of the team is pretty, you know, pretty clutch.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited and happy. I'm one of those guys that's paying, you know, a couple $100 for my VAs and my team to be on Slack. So I'm super excited to like literally offboard that cost.
Yeah, it's all about leverage, right, Desmond? Because like if you don't have leverage, you're gonna burn out. You're not gonna be able to do the things that make you the most money, right? And you have strengths where, like, I don't want to be doing $15 an hour work, right? I don't want to be doing admin stuff. My job is to go out, meet clients, get listing, put deals together. So if I have to constantly tell people where certain things are or information on listings where they could easily find on their own, then I'm wasting my time. So you need systems in place such as Slack and Canva and all of that to make sure that this is all streamlined. And you'll
Yeah.
see we have like general, we have deal sheets like, you know, coming soon so that, you know, all I need to do is give my team the information of what's coming soon. So they will create all the listing paperwork to be sent out via SkySlope DigiSign for my clients to sign digitally. Like I have that so that I don't have to go back and all of a sudden, okay, what are the listing documents I need? Okay, agency, how, like, I know agents that do that, like, you're wasting so much time. Okay,
I don't
so
see Slack on that ASP tools.
Desmond said it just rolled out yesterday, right?
They said that we got an email yesterday that said it's coming out in phases, I think, over the next week. So if you don't have it already, I guess the way because there's so many agents, they probably have to roll out,
Yeah,
50,000 or whatever it is at a
yeah,
time.
yeah.
So yeah, the email went out yesterday. I'm literally following up. It went out late yesterday for us. So like I said, I just dinged my VA to do that. And those that have VAs, that's another thing. Um it's hold on. That's me.
You guys could also, you could put your vendor of choice, like, I was thinking like putting like an attorney, a lender, whatever, so that if there's legal questions, you could also, ask them.
It's limitless. You know what I mean? It's just a platform. It's a hub of communication.
Mhm.
And you can tool in a lot of things from saving files to docs,
Yeah.
to all kinds of automation. So
So I know some of you guys are thinking like, I don't run a team, it's just me, myself, and I, right? But it still gives you that organization, right? It gives you that ability to put everything into one place where once you get to a point where you do get busy or whatever, then you're able to throw your admin on there, or or you decide that you want to bring in a team member, or you want to share your listing or activities with someone. Let's say PJ and Carolina might work on some deals together, but not all deals together. I mean, it could be where, Carolina just has eyes on certain channels and not all channels, right? It's not like you could determine who has, access to what. Okay, so I want you guys to check that out. There's a lot more stuff we want to talk about. Check into Canva, go into EXP. Let me pull up my stuff. I also use Trello. I don't know if you guys use Trello. Trello is like a task. I don't know if I could share it with you guys here. Okay. Trello is like a task management tool, and you guys could look into it. We have like a free version of it where my admin and I communicate through like offer reviews, to-do list, task and priority, work in progress. So that, what I used to do is I would just send her, like, I would throw up on her in the morning. Like, I need this done, this done, this done, this done, this done. And of course, things would fall through the crack, right? So I use Trello to break down offers so that we have full breakdowns. Let me show you. Oh gosh, so you can take a look. This is my Trello dashboard, right? So every time I have an offer, right, like Cindy would create this, and then all of a sudden I'll have like a full breakdown of all the offers, their qualifications, what's missing, what's the income, what's the debt to income ratio, what's the credit score, how much commission are they asking? Like, it's an amazing tool for you to keep track, because it would be too much to throw this into Slack, right? So this is a task management tool for you to look into. Trello has free versions.
We can't see that screen.
Yeah, I don't have Trello on here for some reason. I only have it on my.
Why can't we just send same information to Slack to Cindy or person?
It's too details, too much detail. It's like all that breakdown, or I could say, hey, I need this done, I need you to drop off keys for this, drop off keys, like, it's just, that doesn't belong in Slack, right? I think task priorities, that is all communicated through Trello.
Yeah,
That's-
Trello is better for project management because you can slide the cards over instead of like scrolling as much. So I mean, from like a user perspective, we have different tools for different things where we can see things very clearly.
Yeah, so you could create boards and tasks on that, okay? So that's another app that my team and I use that you guys could take a look at. Obviously, SkySlope is another tool that's offered by EXP. Those of you who aren't using it effectively, there's so much training online for you to actually go in. DigiSign as well. I also use HelloWorks. I've emphasized this a lot throughout the training. Okay, HelloWorks offers a free clients per month, right? And I don't know if I can pull HelloWorks up here too. Let me text this over. I want to show you guys something. I'm gonna text it to myself so I could open it and show you. But this is my HelloWorks where hello, where are you? Where's my messenger? So if you create HelloWorks for agency, right? So what my assistant has done is that she's created this Dropbox form for me. All I need to do is put in the name and the email, and then the name and the email again, and the address of the property that they're looking at. So I have a good amount of listings, right? And prior to showing them the property, we will qualify them. And I always say, do you have an agent or are you coming in unrepresented? If they say they're coming in unrepresented, I'm gonna send them this document or these forms before I go out and show them a property. We've actually also used it at open houses because it's just a lot more efficient, right? So once you enter in their name and email twice and the address of the open house that you're doing or the address of the property that they're looking at, that they're coming in unrepresented, you press send, right? They're gonna get agency disclosure, fair housing, and the unrepresented agreement for them to sign. Okay, so that's another thing that we use on the team. You guys should check it out. Good? Too much? Okay. Let's
And
go.
Lily, just a question. So you would use the HelloWorks for that for showings, and you would use that over DigiSign just because you wouldn't want to bombard the DigiSign?
It's just easier for me. I don't have to pull up the documents, insert all their stuff, just to get quick signatures at open houses,
Ah, okay.
right? So just their name and email, and then the address of the property. Because you want them to sign an unrepresented form, guys. Because there has been many times where an agent says to us, a buyer would say to us, yeah, I'm unrepresented, right? Then you do the work, you show them the property, and then all of a sudden they have a buyer's agent, right? But now you've had this form that they signed that say, no, you came in, you specifically told us you were unrepresented. So for this particular property, you have to proceed unrepresented.
Yeah, but I mean, you wanna have them on.
They could, I mean, then they have to pay their agent separately, right? We're not gonna compensate or include it or whatever.
Unrepresented doesn't mean that they don't have a,
Agent representing them,
but it's like they're just looking on their own.
yeah. No. Okay, but you wanna protect yourself because when you take listings, don't you get extra commission when they're unrepresented?
Yeah, I know, I know. I'm just saying, it's up to the buyer at the end, they decided to have. their
It
own
is.
agent.
But they're more reluctant to try something like that when they've signed an unrepresented form. Right? I find this a lot more efficient.
And on that form, you're signing that you're representing the seller.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this agency is automatically, this New York buyer disclosures that I have at HelloWorks, it automatically checks off that I'm a seller's agent and that I represent, the seller, not the buyer. And then they're unrepresented. Okay. Another tool, I mean, we went into ChatGPT so much, right, guys? ChatGPT doesn't just do. I've actually uploaded photo of like a property before that was covered in snow. And I said, help me remove the snow from this photo. And it did it.
Wow.
Yeah.
It became my best friend.
It became your best friend.
Can you do the picture of the like flatter tool and say remove the stuff empty?
I don't know how effective that is. If it's the free version, you can only do like one photo a day.
If you pay for it, you get like.
Yeah,
every-
unlimited.
Okay, I feel good that everyone uses ChatGPT.
Yeah, ChatGPT is another amazing one. I want to show you guys now, let's see. This is Matrix, right? You guys know how to log into Matrix? Do you remember months ago, we went through Remind? And the training on Remind? Yes?
For the labels?
For addresses.
Yeah.
So I want you guys to continue doing this. My VA will create addresses for us, pre-created addresses. So that let's say, let's say I sell at the George Washington a lot, or I sell at the Lincoln a lot. You only need to do it once, right? And then you have it saved. I hate that sound. It's so annoying. So you have it saved once. You could also do, you see all of these? I want you guys to take the training on it, okay? Mailers absolutely work. I'm telling you from my experience, getting your name out there. Lisa, you have that listing, right? You should be sending out a radius of mailers of just listed. When it goes under contract, you should hit the same homes again as pending. And then when it sells, you should do it again. And you should also make phone calls, right? So this is the spin-off business that I was talking to you guys about or training you guys on. Remind allows you to create these mailing lists of target markets, right? So if let's say my target is south side of Forest Hills, you just have to do the work once and have it saved. And then with the addresses that we have, Michelle did a training where we go into Wise Pelican now, right? Wise Pelican is another website that we use a lot, where we send out mailers targeting a specific building, targeting a neighborhood. I think they've actually even ordered like lawn signs from Wise Pelican as well. I don't know. My admin handles all that, but Remind and Wise Pelican are two sites that you guys should be using collectively to make sure that you can't touch it. There's nothing you can do about that.
We ordered the for sale signs from Wise.
What, Michelle?
We ordered the for sale signs that you put on
Yeah,
the
we
lawn.
ordered our for sale signs there.
And it's really good quality.
We just messed it up even more. Hold on. I can't hear now. Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you. Don't tinker with the stuff too much downstairs
Okay.
because
Don't
next thing
touch.
you know, we're not able to log on.
I
And the whole
know.
system's screwed.
I'm just happy to be on right now. I know. I need you guys to utilize these tools to get spin-off business. Okay? So that's that. Matrix also has these education stuff that you guys should be utilizing. Transactions, documents on demand. All of these icons over here, you guys should be playing around with, okay? They're all available to all of us because of the fact that we are part of Matrix. I use showing time a lot, right? I know a lot of old school agents hate that. And they hate that I say, and they're still texting me, and I say, put it into showing time, put it into showing time. Because we have a good amount of listings where I can't confirm every single appointment and keep track of everything. When it goes into showing time, our VA, our admin confirms it, tells them where the keys are, puts it into the calendar. There's a lot of back end work that needs to be done. Showing time also allows you to choose and pick whether or not you want to just have them contact the owners directly for confirmation. So you can speak to your sellers and say, listen, do you want the agents or showing time to contact you directly, and you could confirm or reject, you know, in showing schedules. There's also options for you to send the seller's feedback directly as well whenever an agent leaves feedback. I personally don't have it on active because there are some nasty agents out there that will say certain things like, I couldn't show because I don't have the Sentry key, or I don't have the Sentry app. Why do I need this service to borrow keys? Or they'll say things like that, right? So we choose and pick what feedback goes in, but that's an option that allows you to take that work away. Here that One Key offers Rent Spree is a good one if you do a lot of rentals. Remind, we went over already. Fast Stats, I like that as well. But you guys should play around with most of these apps. I choose and pick based on what I like. But the two that, or the ones that I like is Sentry Lock and Showing Time, and Remind, obviously. Okay. That's that. Atom. I use Atom a lot. Atom is a navigation, public record information tool.
It used to be geodata, right?
It used to be geodata. There are, Vincent gets subscriptions for free for our team, so you can speak with him for the Alliance team, so you can speak with him for access. But what it does is that it gives you so much information about a property, right? So let's just say, I have this one currently on the market, and prior to putting it on the market, prior to my listing appointment, I would go in here and I would pull up the public record. And immediately it shows that there's a list pendant on the property. It also helps me see that there's an active sidewalk lien on the property, right? So what does this do? When I'm going on the listing appointment and I'm bringing this to the seller's attention, what does that give me? Credibility, right? Credibility that I'm not there just to take the listing, and I let them know that these are issues that are going to affect the sale, right? So I did bring up, he's in the process of clearing the sidewalk lien. I gave him referrals for that. And then I asked about this list pendants, and he said that that should have been cleared already in 2024, and he has a record, and like he sent that to me. So the purpose of us as realtors isn't just to take photos and put things online and cross our fingers and pray that it sells, right? Our job is to make sure that the sale doesn't have any bumps in the road and we get to closing without an issue. So when you see problems like this come up prior to even taking the listing, the seller has time to take care of these issues ahead of time so that it's not causing a delay in closing. This also gives you the credibility. So imagine you're going up against other agents, right, for this listing, and you're the only one that's bringing this to their attention. And that's the difference between you being, you know, the professional and you finding solutions for their problems than other agents that are just talking about themselves. Another great thing about this is that you could go into the building department and look if there's any open DOB violations, ECB violations. You could also look at the C of O if it exists. there's been times where I would take listings and it would say, like, for example, it would say over here, it's being taxed as a one family, right? Total unit residential, 1 unit, whatever. But when you pull up C of O, sometimes it'll come up that it's a 2-family. Like I sold a property on Lubeck Street that was being marketed and sold as a 2-family. But when we pulled it up, we realized that the certificate of occupancy is actually a 2-family and it's just being used as a 1-family. So the tax is actually a little higher because of that.
What if it's co-ops and you see some violations?
Co-ops? It depends on what the violation is, if it's to the unit or if it's to the building and some things.
Some violations are okay, depending on the violations, some not.
So Atom is another amazing tool because it also allows you to do comparables, right? So you could do comps over here, and I love to use Atom for comps because not everything sells through the MLS, right, guys? Some things sell privately, and some agents are actually not part of the multiple listing service. So if you're basing your market value just on the MLS, you're missing out because the owner might say, well, what about my neighbor? They just sold 2 months ago. And because you didn't search all the sales, you now become, you're not credible, you're not professional. So once you press comparable, you can decide, I want to go half a mile out. I want the same zip code. Show me all homes that are closed within the last 6 months with the same classification, right? And then you do a search. And then it'll give you a list, and you guys should be doing this also when you have an appraisal, right? You don't rely on the appraiser to choose and pick their own comps to put into the report. You actually should give them comps that you want them to put into the report to satisfy the value, right? So you can choose and pick the ones that you want, and then let's say I decide to pick 3 of them. Right, 949, let's just say 3 of them, and I click market analysis, it automatically gives me a side-by-side market analysis and a calculated market value, and adjustments are made on square footage and lot size and things like that. It doesn't take into consideration interior conditions, so it's not accurate, but to a certain extent, just based on numbers and location, building size, interior gross living area, it's somewhat accurate. So Atom is another site that I should be using, and you should get an account to, okay? Okay. The next one that I use, give me 1 second, Matrix. Matrix Education Services, guys. Everyone who is new or somewhat new, you should be clicking, where's the education portion? Oh, here's my showing time. Look, all my confirmations, all my feedback, all my stuff is over here. Where's the education one? Give me 1 second. It's on here somewhere. Here. No, it's not. Where is it? Here, education services, guys, this thing over here. For those of you who are brand new and don't know how to use Matrix, you should go scroll all the way down. And I want you to do Matrix in microbytes. It'll teach you how to do little things like searches. If you click all webinars, it'll give you all the different trainings you could take. Okay? You need to take Documents on Demand, Slack, Sentry, Canva, Showing Time. My CRM, for those of you that are new, EXP rolled out a new CRM or 3 new CRMs for you guys to choose, right? There's the Bold Leads, there's Loftly, and then there's this other one. My team uses Brivity. Okay, we pay for Brivity. The reason is because we've been using Brivity before we even came into EXP. And the reason I love it is because it has a seller portal. It has a seller interface where my admin could go into my showing time get all the feedback, go into Slack, get all the open house feedbacks. Whatever activity is going on in a property goes into the seller's portal so that I don't have to tell my sellers every time there's a showing, every time there's feedback, every time there's activity, right? The number one complaint that clients have is that my agent took the listing and I haven't heard from them in weeks. And that's horrible, right? Because agents get busy or they are embarrassed or whatever. They don't have any activity to show. But this seller portal allows them to see activity as it happens. It shows them all the sites that the property is advertised on. It shows them everything, right? So that they won't say, I'm not hearing from Lily. Okay, so regardless of which CRM you use, if you're brand new, if you're part of the team, you're going to use the team CRM. If you're not part of the team, I would say use what EXP is giving you for free first. And if you decide that you want to expand and go a little bit deeper, then you could always export all your client information. Most of these CRMs, allows you to export, and then you could import all that information into your new CRM. But you should use something. Absolutely use something. There's no reason why you should not be using a CRM. Okay. Give me 1 second. I want to see what else I want to mention. Hey, how come the thing isn't working? Okay. Obviously workplace, I don't know, there's so many of you agents that don't realize that EXP, our Alliance group, our New York State group, our Queens group, we have workplace groups, on Facebook, on workplace, and all of their communications are actually on there. But yet I still have agents asking me after many weeks and many months of doing this, hey, what's the AHA link, or what's the training, or what's this, or what's that? All of that is on Workplace, and you guys should be using Workplace for a lot of the state communications. Okay. The sign company that I use or my team use for sign installation is Everlast Signs. So we, back in the days, 25 years ago or 20 years ago, we used to have to lug our own sign and posts with the shovel and dig and put our post in and install our own lawn sign. Now there's these sign companies that will hold our signs, install our signs for us, and remove them when we're done.
Which
Everlast, I'm using Everlast. To be honest with you, I don't really like them, but there is no alternative. And if you guys have an alternative,
They removed they were just ridiculous. They installed the sign, and 5 days later, they removed my sign. And I called them up and I said,
why did you
"What-
remove
what's
my
your
sign?
She said, your credit card
Was declined?
was declined. So they like really deep in Long Island.
That's stupid. Why didn't they just contact you?
They sent me the email
Uh-huh.
with the card declined, and they updated immediately. And they did not see that email, and they did not run the card again. Instead, they just came, removed the sign. It was just.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys have another sign company, I don't like, they don't do a good job. I mean, like, there's been times where like the wind would blow and then the post would like topple over. I personally don't like them, but there's no other sign company. And me and Gigi Malik, from Sotheby's would laugh because she uses them too and she hates them. And she's like, I think there's an opportunity for us, Lily. And then she starts laughing. She goes, but that's gonna be a lot of signs we're gonna have to install in order to make what we make. I'm like, yeah, it doesn't make sense. But it's like 30, it's very minimal. I think it's like 30 something dollars, or I don't even know. They have my credit card on file. It's worth it.
They're very passive. I spoke with the manager.
They're not
said,
great.
Instead of sending your driver, why didn't you just call me and verify the card?
Mhm.
It's just.
Another app that I love to use, guys, is the digital business card Blink, BLINQ. Okay, so I've had a lot of sellers, a lot of buyers, agents ask me for my business card. Obviously, I still have the hard business cards and I'll give them, but I also send them Blink because what's amazing about Blink is that once you send it to them and they open it, they're automatically prompt to save, right? And when they save, it also saves all your social media links too. It saves everything without them having to manually enter it in, right? If you give your business card, you think they're gonna open up their contacts and start entering like your name, no, right? So Blink allows you to send it to them and then they automatically are prompt to save it. And then the social medias that I want to mention again is that I use IG, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Google Business Page. Okay,
On
so
the
you
other
guys,
link, when you click on your social media, is it gonna open up
huh?
on the link?
Yeah, it's linked.
Can you share your card with me?
But you already have my info saved in your phone, don't you? Here, let me show you. So it has my, when I open it up, this is what it looks like, right? It has Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, join the team, my website, right? So let me send it to you. Ah, why'd you click on that? Hold on. Oh, gama lleva. Okay, I just sent it to you. Okay, so that's an app that you guys should also download and use, which is free.
I'm sorry, you said.
BLINQ.
Thank you.
Did you get it? Did you save it? So I've been doing this also at open houses because now they have my information automatically saved into their phone with all my social media.
But we have that what was the name?
Instacart, right?
Instacart.
Yeah, I mean, I've just, like, book. You could use whatever you want to use, but that's what we use and it's free. Okay, that's another one. Another app that we use a lot is the Carl's Mortgage Calculator. You guys should be downloading that.
That should be a must for every single agent.
Yes, that is an absolute must. How many times have you been on a showing and they're like, okay, so if let's say I buy this at 500,000 and we put 20% down, what's my monthly payments gonna be?
That's the question that every single buyer asks. And you be able to pull out your calculator and
But
then
if you
you sound very, you
yeah,
sound like you know it all.
seriously, and if you don't know, right, you should be, it's so easy where you could plug in the numbers, put the interest rate, which is what today, like 6.6, 6.7, 6.625? Yeah, 6.6, you guys should know your interest rates, by the way. 6 points, we do anywhere from 6, 7. You should put it in, right? And then if you determine, is it a 30-year? And then on the bottom for co-ops and condos or whatever, you could put HOA, you could put property tax, you could put all of that stuff. But automatically, yeah, automatically, all you click is it calculates it for you. So as you're walking through the house and they're asking you this thing like, hey, if you buy this property for 300,000 and you do 20% down, if our interest rates are, let's say, let's be a little bit more conservative and let's do 6.7 for 30 years, your monthly payments are going to be 1548, right? If you're able to convey this or say this to a buyer while you're at a showing, right, it just shows that you're so much more knowledgeable and professional. But if they say to you, hey, Lily, okay, let's say I love this and I want to buy it at 300,000, what's my mortgage payments going to be like? And you stand there like deer in headlights, like, why are they going to use you? Why will they hire you to be their agent? Okay, so yeah, Carl's Mortgage Calculator.
With about that one, you can find out that information.
Mhm.
And some of the guest people will give this
Yeah.
form for how.
Yeah, it's awesome for DTI calculations, and I want you guys to play around with it.
Thank you. And from whom you have your email? Because I see you have like a branded with the team.
Who do I have it with?
Yeah, the email.
We'll go work, Cindy pays for stuff that I don't know, but she sets it up and we have team emails for everyone.
But the Google, is it like supposed to be the gmail.com?
It goes through my email.
Yeah, but how she branded it's Lily Team?
You can ask her. I hire people to do the stuff. I bought the site, right? I have my own website called lilytranteam.com. And then we did something with that. Okay, Carl's mortgage calculator is an absolute must. There's also, for those of you who have the iPhone, you guys know you have a measure app, right?
Yeah.
Type in measure. This allows you to do measurements of like ceiling height, rooms, things like that. All of this, because there are also times, right, Maria, you walk through a listing, they're like, what do you think the ceiling height is? Or how tall is the ceiling?
No, right.
Yeah, and you
Yeah,
don't,
and then what's the square footage is like all the time.
yeah, and you don't know. Okay. Okay. For, okay, obviously, all these other sites you all should have. I don't know why some agents have been agents for so long and they don't even have like a Zillow profile page or anything like that, all right? You should have a Zillow profile page. It has stats, it has your reviews, it has everything, okay? Like our listings, all that information. Street Easy, I taught you guys how to go into Street Easy and put your phone number next to your profile, right? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, those of you who have listings and you don't want them selling your listings to other agents, all of your listings, when you edit, like, let's say your profile. This one's a bit close. Oh, they removed it. I gotta go back in and do it. Look, they removed it. These sneaky people.
They
See,
removed your number? I did
Yeah.
it too. Let me see if they removed mine.
yeah, see if yours is removed. Someone must have complained. But you could go into your profile, your Street Easy profile. I'm gonna go into it again.
Yeah, mine is removed.
Yours is removed too? These motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna enter it in again.
You put by your name, right?
Preferred name. Okay. Guys, go do it again. See what, oh, look, it's back. See, I just did it again.
Oh, I have mine. Still, they haven't removed.
Yeah, if there must be people complaining. But you see, next to your preferred name, it's Street Easy profiles. All of a sudden, my phone number is appearing next to my name. You guys see it? So go into your Street Easy profile, your Street Easy about me, all of that. You can edit that and then edit your name so that the phone number appears. Okay. I don't know if you all know, you also have a Samaki account. Samaki is like another site that you can say, hey, I don't speak Chinese, but a lot of my I speak Chinese, but for you guys, you could say, you know, we want to do target marketing to different demographics, and Samaki is one of the sites that you all actually have accounts to too. Okay, so make sure you go in and edit, but they have Chinese, they have Korean, they have Spanish, they have Hindi, everything. Okay. See, now it converts to English. and you could convert it to Hebrew, you could convert to Spanish. But all of our listings actually do go onto Samaki as well.
Automatically?
Hmm?
Automatically?
Yes, automatically.
Where did you convert to Spanish? I didn't know it's convert to Spanish.
Spanish is over here. Where's Espanol? See? It does Chinese, Korean. So you could automatically say, they're like, oh, so where do you advertise? Like, do you do it in multilingual sites? And this is something that you can show them. Okay, that's another one.
I was always using because of Chinese.
They have everything now. Isn't that great? Okay. I keep re-emphasizing how important it is for you to be searchable online. So even if you're brand new and you're like, I don't want them to find my information because they'll realize that I'm brand new, they're gonna know you're brand new anyway if they can't find you. Okay, you can't be a secret agent. So make sure that you do set up your profile, not just on Trulia, Zillow, Realtor.com, Homes.com, Samaki. You guys should be writing all of this down. Okay, these are all like new free sites. Realtor.com, Homes.com, Zillow, StreetEasy, Trulia, Samaki. You should be also creating a Google business page, a Yelp page. There's also experience.com where they post reviews as well. And then all your social media as well. Now, in terms of posting and photos and videos and all of that, have you guys ever seen on Instagram where people seem so natural and nonchalant and they know exactly what to say when they're shooting a video? There are apps called teleprompter, right? So you could type what you want to say and shoot it, and it will be like a teleprompter, and people would not know you're actually reading, right? As long as you don't make it sound obvious. So you could walk through a property and say, welcome to 6766 108 Street. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath co-op spanning 1,300 square foot. The maintenance is whatever. You know, you can write everything so that you don't have to memorize it, and you could shoot videos and post it everywhere, right? On IG, on Facebook, on YouTube. That's something that a lot of people don't realize exists. There's also captions. There's so many different InShot you could use as well for videos, things like that. We use also photo retouch. Whenever I want to, let's say, do a coming soon, and I don't want to drive to the property again to take another shot of the front of the building, what I've actually done is I'll go on Google Maps and I'll take a picture of the front of the property. I'll do a screenshot, and then I'll bring it into photo retouch and get rid of all the electrical lines, all the, remove all the ugly stuff of the property. And then I will put in blue skies with white fluffy clouds and then have it posted that way. So there's so many different photo retouch apps that you guys can use. I specifically use, photo retouch for object removal. And then iMovies will allow you to do trailers. And then I use InShot for, showing just listed properties with music and stuff too.
What do you use?
InShot. INSHOT.
How do you spell it?
INSHOT. InShot.
Okay.
Okay, another site that you guys can use is, have you guys ever had situation where you get phone calls and you question whether or not the person is a psycho or a killer, or if it's safe for me to go to this vacant property to show them the property? Yeah, right. So there's this app for realtors called Forewarn. FOREWARN,
F,
FOREWARN for Warn, where you could look up phone numbers, emails,
can you spell it again?
FOR
For free?
for Warn. I'm pretty sure it's free. I haven't used it in some time. I also Google phone numbers just to make sure that they're legitimate people or, you know, if you have in your gut that something is wrong, like bring someone. I think there was a time I gave Michelle like a listing appointment to go to, and she felt weird that something was off. So she ended up bringing someone to go with her. Michelle, you still there? She's there, but she's not there. But she ended up bringing someone.
I'm here.
Oh, okay. Remember that crazy listing appointment where that guy lunged at you?
Yeah. He
Yeah.
had a tattoo on his face, and he almost launched at me when he was opening the door. But thankfully my friend came with me.
Yeah, so in her gut, she felt like something was off with him, right? But, trust your instincts, Google them, use for Warn. I read that, like realtors can get it for free. So I need to look into that myself.
You said super, quickly. FOREWARN.
For Warn. Okay, those are some of the basic ones that we use. Okay, I know it's a lot. Also Google Drive, I know it's so simple, but guys, everything is on Google. You should be downloading all the forms that EXP gives us. You shouldn't be going and searching for forms. Also Matrix has documents on demand. I don't know where it is. Where is it? Here, documents on demand. You guys could download all these forms in advance, put it into SkySlope or put it into your Google Drive, right? So that you don't have to always go searching for forms when you need it. And I know agents that do that because they're so lazy to set up systems. Set up your system so that you work more, you leverage your time and you work smart moving forward. Okay. Oh, I wanted to show you guys another one that I love. Columbia Floor Plans is another site that I use a lot. So Columbia Floor Plans offers layouts and floor plans for properties. So if those of you who sell a good amount of condos and co-ops, sometimes you don't know what the layout of a particular property is, but this actually gives you so much. So let's say I want to look into Forest Hills, I go into Forest Hills. You could modify your search by putting in the addresses, right? So let's say I want the Buchanan, I could put 6740 and here it is. And I pull it up and it gives me like different floor plans. This is one. I could click onto this one. There's 3 pages. I want to go to the next page, the next page. I want to show you another. It gives you the whole building, right? So there are times where, the owners will say, oh, but this one also sold other side of the building. It's a mirror image. How come you didn't include it? Now you have like the actual floor plan. So does it face the back of the building, the front of the building? What's the layout, true layout like? Okay, so you can zoom in. And when I print these out, sometimes the owner's like, oh wow, I've never seen.
And I understand that people face challenges and they need someone who truly listens. As a daughter of immigrants, I grew up
Somebody's microphone is on and playing something. Okay, so I would print out these floor plans when I go on listing appointments so that I can show them all the comps and what the actual layout is like. Okay, so it's particularly useful when you don't know if a co-op is a true 1-bedroom or junior one, or if it's a full 2-bedroom or a junior 4, right? Is it a conversion? So this allows you to see all that. I've also sold a good amount of combination units, right? And I want to know, like, how did they combine it? Where was the wall? Because I had a situation where we had a listing and they combined 2 units, but it wasn't legally done with the DOB, so they didn't have a letter of completion, so banks couldn't lend because you need 1 stock certificate, not 2. So we had to look at the floor plan because they didn't have it. I had to pull up the floor plan to see exactly how to divide it back to how it was before. Okay, so Columbia Floor Plans is another amazing site that I use a lot. Another site,
All the buildings?
not all, but most of the buildings, most of it. Another site that I absolutely love because agents aren't aware of finding stuff on their own. It's Domicile. I don't know if you guys know now that most of the buildings are on Domicile. So instead of calling agents to find out, hey, what's the pet policy? What's the sublet policy? What's the down payment requirement? You can do this all on your own. So if you just put in the address, it'll show you, let's say George Washington, you could pull it up. It'll tell you who the management company is, it'll tell you subletting is not allowed, Airbnbs are not allowed, short-term rentals not allowed. It'll tell you what the application fees are, it'll tell you who the management, who the transfer agent
Does it
is.
say the gifting not allowed?
Once you pull up the sales application, so if you go to, it doesn't say it up there, right? But if you go to, here's all the applications, the budget, the financials. If you click on preview, you're not a robot. Here's the actual application and it will say over here, no pets allowed, flip tax $7 per share. 70% max of purchase price financing allowed, which means that it requires 30% down, right? And it says, somewhere, no gifting. What's the name of the Domicile?
I give it to you.
Domicile. So when agents ask me questions, yes,
Oh my God, people use that.
yeah.
I sent you multiple times. I sent you as a building list, a particular property.
Yeah,
That is awesome.
yeah, it has everything.
This is how you order the questionnaire, by the way.
Well, a lot of times they charge for financials. The
This
financial.
part is for
No,
financials too.
It's not free, but you can order the questionnaire, but you can see the application. And request the questionnaire, there's a button, request the question.
So this is like the full application of what's actually required, okay? So if you have a buyer looking for a specific property, before trying to call every single listing agent up, thinking that they're gonna answer you, because most of them don't have time, go into Domicile first. And then if you can't find it on Domicile, go on to eApply. eApply is another one. First service, eApply applications. Here, first service residential, eApply. You should be able to get pretty much all the same information, right? See board applications, if you click on that. Start a new, download a sample. If you download a sample, you click purchase, and let's say you want 68-20 Burn Street, then it comes up over here. If it's managed by First Service, you select, and it tells you all of this. See, building policy, maximum financing 80%, allow corporate ownership, yes, pied-à-terre, yes, allow trust ownership, yes. You know, all of that information
What
is,
is it, can you just confirm that?
mine,
You just want to see the sample application.
yes. Yeah, you don't wanna pay to start a new application, that's for the buyers to do. So if you go to NY, NewYork.eapplytoday.com, You should be able to see all of that, okay? And then you could download the requirement summary or like a customized sample application. Pretty cool, right? This allows you to work more effectively. Okay, that's pretty much like the basic ones. I mean, if there's any other apps that you guys use that you want to mention, let me know. These are the websites and the apps that I use a lot of. I know I talked really fast, so hopefully you guys wrote it all. Okay.
I gotta go home and go.
Yeah, so don't just say this is great, Lily, and then don't do anything about it. Go home, download, watch the training, do the training, go into SkySlope. That's the absolute bare minimum that you need to learn and know how to do before you become a realtor, right? Some of you guys have been agents and licensed for so long and you don't even know how to log into Matrix or MLS. That's sad, okay? Like all these training and tools are available for you online and you're not doing it, yeah.
For me, I'm still like in the process, so do I have?
You don't have
access-
MLS yet.
I don't have access to, well, I know like the free websites like these, like that I can go.
Yeah,
on
you could
Google.
start working on your, do you have like a headshot? Have you written your profile about you?
Yeah, I
Have you
have-
done all that?
I could start with that, but for the EXP stuff like that, I don't
Do you know what the delay is?
I don't know. I check the app every day. When I spoke to the person that's helping with the process, they were just like, there's something you could do right now. You just gotta keep an eye out on the app and on the email until.
It's probably Department of State in New York.
I
That's
think-
so slow.
Yeah, so that was just my question, because I don't know if I have the access to those things yet, so
No,
I don't. Like,
because you're not under a brokerage.
Yeah.
So you can't even
but I
sign
could
up
still
for.
do, like sign up for the other stuff.
You could do your blank, you could do like your, you know,
SkySlope I can't do yet.
SkySlope you can't do yet,
Okay.
no,
But I
but
can-
all the other stuff like, you know, writing your profile, creating a virtual business card, you know, downloading the Carl Mortgage apps, like all that other stuff you should be doing. But you could start taking training on like SkySlope and stuff like that if you want to just like watch videos
Oh,
and
it lets me.
you could do YouTube, like
Oh,
there's so
on
much
YouTube,
different
okay.
SkySlope matrix, yeah,
Okay.
there's so much training.
So what's the status of her right now? Like, they haven't picked up the license yet?
Yeah, so she applied with EXP and she's in limbo because EXP has to get confirmation from Department of State that she passed her license. And then once they do that and they have you under EXP, then they can continue the EXP sign off and get you situated. And then once you're under the brokerage, you could sign up for the Matrix MLS and all
Yeah,
that
so
other
really
stuff.
also what you could do, because I believe she's your sponsor, you can reach out to Kim. You should have a channel on Workplace Chat where is Lily Strand and team. So you have the whole staff, the brokers and the staff, and then you can tell them. And what they do is, you know, they pay extra attention to her file, and they can, you
Push
know,
it.
yeah, exactly. And
Okay.
then after that, she needs to do MLS. If she doesn't pay that, then nothing will move forward for the onboarding of the platforms.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what Maria did for me. She called and then I was getting all these emails and I could register everything already.
okay, so contact the state broker through Workplace.
Yes, and they
Okay.
get on it right away.
Okay.
Because you know there is a lot of stuff, you know, and also a lot of agents. So once you reach out, they give you more attention.
Okay. Ask for Cindy's email. Okay. So thank you, Maria. Anything else, guys?
Lily, can I
I have
asking something else?
Sure.
No, I know right now it's kind of they have a new rule about if we take care of the rental, right? So who gonna pay the commission? I know Vincent mentioned to me it depend on who hiring you, but how much is the commission, Lily? Is still like 1 month rent, let's say from the landlord or the tenant?
There's no set commission, like we can't dictate what commission is, so it's up to you. But when we've been working in this office, it has always been 10% of the annual rent.
And obviously people have collected also 1 month as well. So it really depends on what you negotiate with your client.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can't say to you, hey, you have to charge this amount. That's not allowed.
But you still can
Oh.
share the commission with the co-broke agent, like if you're the landlord agent.
They need a tenant agreement. We can't pay
Oh,
out
okay.
commission.
I see. Thank you,
They
lady.
need a
Yeah.
tenant agreement. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so I have a question for the postcards, right? You mentioned you use Remind. So you get the lease from Remind and then you put it on Wise Pelican and you send it through then? Or main thing is that when I get the lease from Remind, I think is not 100% accurate, meaning
Yeah, you gotta fix it. You have to go, and what Michelle and I have done is that we'll use either the Columbia floor plans, or we'll see like what the actual apartment numbers go up to. Like it could be, 7 floors and then it goes from A to O, and then you gotta tweak it. You gotta like fix it. Sometimes
okay.
it's repetitive, sometimes they're missing something. So you can always, but you do it once for one building and you have it saved so you can continuously target that building.
So for apartments, for buildings has been good, actually no problem. And I also double check that information with Street Easy when they tell you the numbers of units that they have.
Yes, yes.
But for houses, what I'm finding out is that, let's say I just sold in Brooklyn, 100 Oron Avenue. So I want the same street and I go in order on the streets, but they give me only a few on that street and very scattered, like no
Do
in
you
order.
use the octagon or the shape thing to
I
pick?
do it by myself, yeah. So I pick always like straight lines because I need to have that organized. So I pick straight line like a rectangular, and they don't give me every door. So I don't know if I'm doing it
Michelle, do you know the answer to that?
or they just don't know. I don't know if I do it wrong or they just don't give
I
you
don't know.
every.
I would have to play with it to see what's up with that.
Okay.
When are
Do
you
you
gonna get that?
still send out Wise Pelican mailers, Michelle?
Yeah, all the time.
No.
For
It's
every
the
listing.
it's the most cost-effective way to get your name and your brand out there. Okay, it's not a generic thing where you're like, hey, you want a free CMA? It's, hey, look what I've done. This is a new listing that I just took. If you have anyone interested, or, they see your name enough. Because I would go on listing appointments and they'll say, oh, I get a lot of your cards or I get a lot of your mailers. Uh-oh. I don't know what I did. Can you guys hear me? Uh-oh.
Yes.
Oh, you could. Oh, so this is like.
Yeah.
Okay, so people save mailers. Like I've gone on listing appointments and it's like an exit mailer, and we haven't been with exit for like 6 years, right? So sometimes people would save it, or like I've had situations where they save it, unfortunately whoever owned the unit passed, and then the kids who are cleaning out the unit finds it and then they call me, and it's, it stays, it works. We wouldn't be spending the money and doing it and telling you guys to do it if it doesn't work. But yeah, we gotta figure out the address thing, Maria. Maybe we'll have a training next month on it. Yeah? Yes, Michelle? Michelle did it before, so she can
Can you clarify about the vehicle, because I'm like, you can deal with me. I'm a landlord agent. Remember last time I used it and then we increased the price plus my commission, right? Which I was gonna share with the tenant agent.
Ask him if we could share. I don't know. Because what I read with the Fair Act is that you could collect from the tenant if the tenant signs a contract with you.
Yeah, but she asked me, would you co-broke, and I said, yes, but that's what she showed, but she.
Ask him if we could really share the commission, because that's the problem that we're facing, right? We personally can't share the commission, but the commission could be coming from the landlord to the tenant. I mean, to the tenant's agent.
Yeah, no, that's what,
I know,
So
but
the
we're not
proposal-
co-broking.
okay, so the will,
Yeah.
you're gonna write 2 checks to our company. Okay, so,
As far as I'm concerned.
no, that's fine. Yeah, it's like, well, we're gonna pay for it.
But who would the tenant agent represent?
Yeah,
No, because then they would need an agreement.
okay, so then it should be the level. I don't know, it's up to folks, we should,
Yeah. I think, let me dig deeper into this. I don't do a lot of rentals, so I'm not sure.
Lily, do you have branding merchandise?
Have a,
Brand-
there were times, I don't know if you guys remember back then, I did like beanies. I did caps. My father's like my biggest marketing guy. He'll walk around with my cap. And it's like Lily Tranting, but I haven't done it in a while.
Do you remember what company you used before? Because I'm trying to find something that is cost efficient for merchandise.
I'm sure EXP has their own people, but I used one of my friend's guys because he owns several Muay Thai gyms. And he gets like t-shirts and stuff custom made. So let me ask him and then I'll send it to you.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else? Is there any other apps or websites you guys use that you think is worth mentioning that you use a lot of that the agents could use? I went through most of them, I think. All right, guys, next week I will not be training. It's my birthday, so I won't be here. But the following month we'll figure out what the topics will be, okay?
Happy birthday to you.
Birthday to you. Where
Come
you
on,
going?
guys, sing up, sing up.
No, please don't sing.
Ah!
Happy birthday, Lily. Thank you.
But yeah, I won't be here.
Lily, you're the
You're
best.
welcome.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Arrivederci.